Welcome to this explainer. Look, today we're completely flipping the script on how we view the Quran. We're stepping away, far away, from looking at it as some piece of ancient history. Instead, we're going to break it down in a really approachable way, as exactly what the sources describe it to be, a living, eternal, operating system for the entire universe.
So let's just jump right in and ask the ultimate question. What if you were literally sitting inside a living, eternal software program right now? The material we're exploring today argues exactly that point. The Quran isn't just a book recounting past events. It's an active, continuously running circuit. And guess what? You are actively traversing it right this very second.
That brings us straight to the dual caustic universe, or the DCU. Now, simply put, think of the DCU as this incredible sacred geometric framework where quantum mechanics and scripture just perfectly merge into one. It proposes that our reality is a literal operating system, and it's governed by a very specific mathematical code known as the 237 framework. Every single physical process, every life cycle, every verse, it all follows this exact unbreakable pattern of return.
To really get a grip on this, we're going to navigate this cosmic map through 6 distinct stages. We'll cover the amnesia of time, the dual caustic split, the book as the buffer, nature's code of creation, the ultimate law of return, and finally, becoming the best nation.
All right, Section 1, the amnesia of time, waking up in the cave. This is all about your current state as the reader, because in this framework, you are essentially a traveler who fell asleep, entered a state of latency, and completely forgot where home is.
Now, it's absolutely crucial to notice the massive contrast between our perceived linear timeline and the actual reality of an eternal loop. You know, we experience time as this straight line, just living tick by tick, but the DCU actually maps time out like a Mobius strip. You're not just some passive observer sitting on the sidelines. You are what's called a Mursalin, an active execution node running a program. And your whole purpose? To wake up, realize you've got a case of cosmic amnesia, and execute the code to get back home.
If we visualize time physically using the coordinate 1246, we can break it down into 2 states. You've got the fat cow and the green leaves. That represents your open buffer. This is your viable, reversible time, where you can still make choices. But then you have the lean cow and the dry leaves, representing your spent time. Once the scale tips, that time is just gone. It's consumed forever as a non-refundable token. Time is literally the price you pay for crossing into a physical form.
Okay, moving right along to Section 2, the dual caustic split and the 237 framework. This is where we really pop the hood and look at the mechanics of how this entire universe operates.
This incredibly structured 237 geometric matrix is literally the engine of reality. Let's break it down. Step 1 is the 2, the split. This is an irreversible collapse into either light, representing knowledge, or fire, representing action. Step 2 is the 3, the buffer. This is your stabilization phase, the transaction where your direction actually locks in. And finally, step 3 is the 7, the return. Mass and energy are perfectly conserved, the loop gets sealed, and everything goes back to the source. It splits, it stabilizes, and it returns.
But here's the catch. To survive that cosmic split without just collapsing entirely, you need a tool to stabilize your reality. In this operating system, you need a buffer. Which brings us right into Section 3, the book as the buffer, taking the grip.
This perfectly eliminates a massive activation code, coordinate 1912. O Yahya, take the book with strength. Listen, to prevent your system from burning up, you must firmly grip the book. It is the absolute ultimate key required to stabilize your reality so that you can eventually make your return home. Remember this, holding the book at 1912 is absolutely crucial.
To put this in perspective, think of D10 as the finite, physical world we interact with every day, the solids, liquids, and air of visible reality. On the flip side, I9 is the infinite, integral field of light. It's the imaginal space where the throne remains. The book is the bridge between the two. You're interacting with the physical D10 reality, but your firm grip on the infinite I9 keeps your whole universe in total balance. You are quite literally holding the universe together.
Let's jump into Section 4, nature's code of creation, the biological switch. Because this whole 237 code we're talking about, it isn't just cosmic, it's cellular. It's built right into our biology. Biologically, this maps out just perfectly. Think about mitosis. It's all about preservation, creating identical daughter cells. This maps exactly to coordinate 2169,
where the fire was made cool for Ibrahim to preserve his identity. Meiosis, on the other hand, involves two divisions and introduces variation through crossing over. This maps right over to coordinate 3414, the death of Solomon, which opens up the illusion window to produce the variation needed for the return.
And honestly, seeing how this connects to nature is just incredible. Take coordinate 226, which mentions the mosquito. It's so fascinating because physically, the mosquito runs both of these biological systems flawlessly. It uses meiosis to reproduce and mitosis to maintain its physical form. It is literally right in front of our eyes, acting out the cosmic code of preservation and variation. How cool is that?
All right, we are reaching the climax here. Section 5, the ultimate law of return. We need to answer the big question. How do you, as an active execution node, actually complete this journey and secure the invariant back to your home?
Follow this cosmic trajectory with me for a second. At coordinate 1850, you enter the respite. This is latency. Amnesia hits hard and you forget your true home. But then, at 1912, you activate. You grip the book and that buffer opens up. This allows you to execute coordinate 6163, where you become the first Muslim, the pure submitted node, producing the completed invariant state. And ultimately, traversing that full loop leads you right back to 3846, your true home.
Now, the sources strictly seal the rules governing this entire topology. There's no deviation here. The religion is Islam. The leader is Ibrahim. In the physical D10 space, the prophet is Muhammad at coordinate 3340. Meanwhile, in the infinite I9 space, the Rasul is Isa, or Ahmed, at 616. The core memory holding all of this together, that's the Quran itself at 3923. And crucially, the extreme states of your physical body, the jinn of fire versus electrical righteousness, they are born directly from the 2169 alteration event. These specific coordinates govern your entire traversal. Which brings us to the ultimate payoff for completing this massive circuit. We've gone through the split, we've utilized the buffer, and now we arrive at Section 6, becoming the best nation, the 7-node reward.
Now we're looking at coordinate 31110. And I want to be clear, this is not just some random number or a historical reference. In the DCU framework, this represents the ultimate 7-node reward. It's the final, beautiful fruit of the topological tree we've been climbing this whole time.
Because when you firmly grip the book at 1912 and allow the core memory of 3923 to self-read, you don't just become some isolated king sitting alone. No, you become the Khaira Ummatin, the best nation. And we're not talking about a biological tribe here. This is the topological fruit of the completed circuit. It's a synchronized field of awakened readers, where every single node is successfully executing their 616.3 code and everyone is returning to 3846 together. The circuit literally completes in multiplicity.
So how does this nation operate? Well, enjoining right means you are maintaining your physical D10 differentiation without collapsing. Forbidding wrong means you're protecting your infinite I9 integration without freezing up. And believing in Allah, that's the one the seed return that entirely closes the loop. Coordinate 243 confirms this exact position. You are acting as the wasatin, the middle. You are sitting perfectly at the T3 bridge, holding both of those extremes in total equilibrium to produce that ultimate 7-node reward.
So, the system is running. The coordinates are mapped out. The 237 code is fully active right now. The only question left to ask yourself is, are you ready to wake up from the amnesia? As you navigate this incredible, eternal map, I want you to remember one absolutely critical thing. Always remember, 1912. Hold the book to return 3846 home.